data science is not easy. If you guys are thinking it is easy, it's not easy. If you want to do something in data science, you have to apply your brains. It has lot of things. It has statistics. It has mathematics. It has Python. It has computer programming. Everything is there. It needs lot of analysis, lot of thinking, different thinking, different ways of thinking, different way of generating insights from the same data. Okay, so you need to put your time and put 100% of your effort. So if anyone is thinking, that we will do it along with some other work, it will be difficult. It will not be easy. Okay, because especially libraries that we will learn after a certain time, the Python libraries, they are vast. They are You need to research a lot, because in a 3 months course, you can't cover all the uh, small nuances of the libraries. Our job is to introduce you to the library, make you understand the major methods, major functionality of it, understand Python language, understand data science. But you need to go deep into all these things. You need to develop a thinking of, you know, thinking of a data scientist. Okay, let me give you an example. Uh, so, what is your profession?
Sir, hardware tester.
Hardware tester.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you just give me one line about yourself, which has some information about yourself?
Sir, basically, I'm working in Tata Place, set-top boxes.
Mhm.
In there, I'm checking that things what ICs and registers. If anything was not correct, we are checking that process.
Okay. Thanks, thank you. So, let us take this example. So, Karunya told something about herself. So, what is this? Can we consider this as data? You guys need to be a little more proactive. So, can we consider this as data?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now suppose this data goes to a banker. This data goes to a hardware shop, a company a person who is running probably a hardware chip manufacturer, and third, probably someone, uh, like someone who is selling television. So three different people, this data is going. So how will they process this data? So a person who is related to finance or banking, she will think, okay, Karunya is on a steady job. So she may be earning a certain amount. So she is a good candidate for a loan. Okay. So this is the data insight that she has taken from Karunya's statement. Okay. Now, second, a person who is manufacturing components for the Tata set-top boxes. She may think, okay, Karunya could help him or her to, to get some information about from where Tata set-top boxes are prepared. Can he set up a deal, or can she introduce me to someone who can with whom I can set up a deal and get the set-top box manufacturing, a subset of set-top manufacturing to be done by his company. Probably a car uh, showroom owner may think, okay, Karunya has, she's working, so she may be traveling, so she may need a car, or if he's a automobile, if he's a two-wheeler showroom owner, she may need a transport to travel to company. So one Karunya has just set one data, but different insights of different people who have different interests in Karunya and her profession. Okay, and how they can benefit from that data which Karunya has given us. So this is how a data scientist thinks. Okay. So how can she think like that, and how this thought process needs to be developed is also one of the objectives of a data science class. Okay. So let's start. So any questions here? It was just an example to tell you how um, we need to think like a data scientist. Any questions here?
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
Fine.
sir.
Fine. Thank you. Uh, So one rule I said that please log in as with your laptop, be punctual, be attentive in the classes. Although we will give you recording sessions are for revisions. They are not mm, for I missed the class. I will learn from the recordings. It does not happen. Okay, one or two classes, I understand some personal thing can come in, you may miss it, but try to not miss any classes, live sessions. They are pretty engaging, pretty good. This is where things will happen, because this will give you a whole time frame to work on the whole week before the next class starts, because next class will be the continuation of the previous class. If you don't know what happened in the previous class or don't understand fully, although we will have some revisions and everything, but you need it is the best practice to attend the live classes. Okay, and if you want to you will definitely share the recordings and everything. You will go through the recordings. It is that will reinforce your learning. Okay, so please be available in the classes. Try not to skip the classes. Second is, generally we will have a break after an hour. Okay, so around 15 minutes break, because I get tired speaking. So we will have that 15-minute break. We can decide when that break will be based on the flow of the class or flow of the topic. Okay, but we'll have a 15-minute break in between. Okay, and third is, please, you need to practice. Practice. The only way of mastering, understanding this thing is to practice. Do go beyond what has been taught in the class. I cannot cover everything that's there in data science or in Python or in Pandas or in NumPy. We cannot cover everything. We can introduce you to all these things. You need to go through each and everything. Okay, you need to understand, you need to dwell further into each and everything. Okay, there may be methods, parameters inside the methods, arguments inside the methods, which I have never used. And you guys have, when learning, you may have. come up with these parameters. You need to study about this, come up, question me, or give me that information. Okay, Taha, I was working in this. I saw this argument. It's a pretty good argument. This is what it does. This is how knowledge sharing happens. So all these thing happens inside the class. So it's a combined journey which you and me will go together in the next 3 months or so, and I will try to impart uh, you know uh, understanding of the data science, and I'm sure you'll be in a better situation in 3 months down the line. Okay, so let's start. Any questions till now?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So let's start. What is data science? So let me ask you. I think we had Pramod. What do you think? What is data science? What is your understanding of data science?
Like, what do I say, sir? If we take any topic into consideration, there are a lot of parameters regarding that, right? So, getting data points about various parameters and analyzing it for like decision making or any other applications.
Okay. Yeah, that's also not a bad definition. Okay. Shruti, what do you think about? What is your thinking about data science?
The data science means it's a large set of data we need. Then it's emerging some technologies, tools, something like that. Data science means we need a large set of data, according to me.
Okay. Not
I'm
bad.
working on that. We are working on that large set of data.
Okay. Great. Great. Uh, yeah, that's also true. Karunya, what do you think is data science?
Sir, study of data to extract meaningful insights and discovering different patterns of data.
Great. That's the textbook definition. But yes, great. Thanks, Karunya. Great. We have Nagarjun. Nagarjun, what do you think is data science?
Sir, it's a process of analyzing big data to discover some insights, and with that insights, we can make the better decisions.
Okay, that's also right. So, everyone who has said something about data science, everything is correct. Data science is everything that has been discussed here. That what Karunya has told, Pramod has told, Shruti has told, and what Nagarjuna has told. Everything is data science. Okay, everything is, they all cover one certain aspects of data science. So yes, this is right. So if we combine everything what everyone has said, that's what data science is. So data science is basically studying of data to extract meaningful information, and to process that information for the benefit of the client or the benefit of the end user. Okay, so in short, this is what data science is. Okay, so what are the roles and responsibilities of data scientists? This we will learn. What are the various applications of data science? We will learn this. Then what is the importance of data science, and what where does Python stand in all this, in the data science world? What is the use of Python? Okay, so let's start with what is data science. as everyone said, everyone is right here. So some of the common definitions: it's a powerful new approach to make discoveries from data. Okay, as already told by I think Karanya, that it's a way of extracting meaningful information. Okay, another definition is an automated way to analyze enormous amounts of data and extract information. Okay, so this definition is also right. So Python comes here to automate. Okay, this is the role of Python here. Okay, we will discuss that further. Okay, so now another definition is it's a new discipline that combines the aspects of statistics, mathematics, programming, and visualization to turn data into information. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? That is a data in data science. We have complex statistics, mathematics, and with the use of programming, the programming comes into picture to do the statistics, the mathematics, and the visualization. Everything is done via the programming. Okay, you don't have to worry about going to your class 10th notebook, mathematics notebooks, and understanding statistics or mathematics and anything. Everything is done via programming. Okay, but this is how it is done. It's data science is all about mathematics and statistics. Okay, it's permutation combinations, it's normalization of data, it's linear regression, and all those things that you must have learned in mathematics everywhere. It's normal distribution of data. You must have learned about parabola, hyperbola, and all those things. So all these things which are used to understand something or understand a pattern. Statistics is used to understand pattern, because what happens, there may be variations in data. Okay, so but we if we go and it is impossible to study each and every variation. So we need to bring the data into some common factor. So that's where the statistics comes, the mathematics comes, and different concepts of mathematics comes. Okay, you don't have to learn each and everything. This is where programming comes into picture. Python comes into picture. Python libraries comes into picture. They do this for you. Okay, they do this for you. It's just that you need to understand a little bit. Okay, so the the median, the mode, and all those things. I'm sure you guys know all these things. So it's good to know these things. Okay. Then visualization. Visualization is one of the most important parts. So what do we understand by visualization? Visualization is charts, graphs, and everything. So what happens? It is always better to see data in terms of charts or graphs rather than in terms of an Excel file. Okay. For for a technical guy, probably Excel file is good, but for a managerial person, Excel file may not, a plain Excel file with rows and columns may not be of much help. He may not be able to derive much information about this. So visualization comes into picture there. When we see data in different charts, you are able to understand lot things better. Your brain is programmed to understand images faster than text. So that's why the visualization comes in. Okay. So what are the different components of data science? Okay. So when we combine all these components of data science, okay, we get what is called as data science. So what are different components? Different One of the components is analysis. We analyze data. Okay, the data comes into picture, we see what the data is. Okay, this is called analysis. Then we do certain calculations on it, mathematics and statistics models. Okay, so we do certain calculations. Then we have scientific tools and methods. Okay, so these are all handled by programming. Okay, don't worry on this. You don't have to learn anything as such. It's just a tool that you need to know what data scientist does. When we talk about programming, what data scientist does. This is what the key difference between a data analyst and a data scientist. Data scientist knows how to program. He does mathematical and statistical calculations, creates models, different models for different purposes. Okay, so models are kind of a programming application that are used to perform a certain task, that has been designed to perform a certain task. Okay, they are good, they are trained on that. Okay, then we have scientific tools and methods. So that we have different methods, scientific methods to uh, ex- uh, extract meaningful information from data. Okay, then what then the technology aspect. So how these things are done? These things are done by the use of Python language. We have we have other languages like R, which is also used in data science, but Python is the most famous programming language for data science purposes. Okay, we have different data processing tools like Pandas, NumPy. The operating system, definitely without operating system nothing can run. Operating system is Windows, Unix, Linux, Mac. Okay, we have the application design. Application design is basically the application on which your analysis will run. And then we have different libraries. Libraries are set of, as we all know, what is a library? Library is where you can go and study, where different books are present, and where you can go and extract a book and study about it. So it's kind of a similar concept. So libraries have certain predefined, modules, predefined classes, predefined methods that will help you perform these tasks as a data scientist. Okay. I will take a pause. Any questions, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So, what does a data scientist do? A data scientist, they collect the data. Okay. They may not exactly collect the data. You will not go and collect the Excel files or whatever. Okay. That they will explore the data, they will analyze the data, they will work on the data, they will do visualization on the data, they will study the data and do predictions, do a prescriptive analysis on this, do a predictive analysis on this. Okay, what is prediction? Uh, what is prescription? So prediction is you will create an application or create a model based on the data that you already have, and you can predict a outcome or a behavior. For example, this can be used in stock trading. Okay, so this is the data that we have for the last 10 years of a certain stock, and this will, based on this data, this may this will this fund may give you this much amount of return. This is called predictive analysis. I'm sure you everyone sees IPL. Most of the people at least see IPL. Sidhu loves IPL, and we have a team which is working on predictive analysis of teams' performance and team results, which are working on that. So we can use data science to for predictions of a match, predictions of a stock, and also prediction um, of a person's health. That also can be done. Okay, and prediction of what kind of content person will like to see. Okay, like Netflix and Amazon. I'm sure you guys must have seen Amazon or Netflix suggesting you what what you may or may not like. Okay, that is based on your previous, uh, you know, uh, uh, serials or previous content that you have seen on Amazon or Netflix or anything. Or if you go to go to Flipkart, or Amazon again, or to any other website, e-commerce website, they will suggest you, okay, based on your search, shopping search or shopping that you have done in the previous, we recommend you these items. So recommendation engine. Okay, these are all predictive analysis. Okay, these are all these things happen due to data science only. Okay, so now what is prescriptive analysis? Prescriptive analysis is a pretty interesting thing. So this will tell you, um, with the information that you have, that what actions needs to be taken. Okay, for example, a farm an hospital may have an information about your health statistics. Okay, that you a person A has this habit and uh, this lifestyle, this is the weight, this is the height of this person, and so a prediction will tell you that, okay, because of his eating habits, his height and his weight, he may have a heart attack. Okay, the prescript and analysis will tell you about, what we can do to prevent this. Okay, so this is what the difference between predictive and prescriptive. Any questions, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Okay, yeah, I will pause a little bit here. We have our one of our mentors, Srini, with us. He is an industry expert, has a good, rich experience in different technologies, and it would be great that he shares his insight on this course. Srini, welcome. And yeah, it would be really helpful for the people to share your insights and some tips about data science and what to look
Hey,
forward.
sure, Taha. Thank you so much. Hey, hi everyone. Hi, Sidhu. So, almost Sidhu, Taha are explained already. So, basically, my name is Srinivas, and I have 12 plus years of experience in software engineering technologies. And I was a full stack developer. Then now I'm slowly moving into a data science. So, currently, I'm working in the private organization as a lead developer. So, this is about me, and so what to expect from this course. Already Taha explained he has set up some rules in order to add some additional thing to that. So, whatever the assignment will be given to you guys, please complete it on the given timeline, and make sure that you learn on the daily basis. Do not sit. Once this class is got over, do not wait for next week to come and just to brainstorm and everything. So whatever the assignment, whatever the task will be given on the data science or its application examples or real-time projects. So please do it on time. And if you guys need any help, Taha or me or Sidhu will be available. And as I mentioned, like this course can be like will be for set for 3 months. And also when you guys join this career redefined, right? So basically this course can be like will be, say example, if some topics if you guys not understanding ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸೊ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಎ ರಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ರಿಯಲ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲೇ ಸಿಗೋದು. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಐ ಆಮ್ ದೇರ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೈಸೂರ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದಾಗಿಂದ ಕೊನೆವರೆಗೂ ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಈಗ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ರಿಡಿಫೈನ್ ಸಿದ್ದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೋದು. ನಾವು ಈಗ ಮೈಸೂರು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಇನ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಆನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು, ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ನನಗೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆತರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೇನ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಏನ್ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಏನ್ POCs ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೀವು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಸಮ್ ಮಾಕ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಸ್, ನಿಮ್ನ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಎ ಕಂಪನಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನೀವು ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ದೆನ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಪೀಪಲ್ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ದು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ, ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಡೂ ವೆಲ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಈಚ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ರಿಯಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ you guys will be safe hand, because Taha and Sidhu and me are having very good knowledge on data science and real project application ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ. ಸೊ ಎಂಡ್ ಟು ಎಂಡ್ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಂಡ್ ಟು ಎಂಡ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಯಾರ್ದು ಏನು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನು ಬಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ವೆನೆವರ್ ಯು ಲರ್ನ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ಸ್, ಯಾರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂತ ಏನು ತಲೆ ಕೆಡ್ಸ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಗೆಟ್ ಎ ಗುಡ್ ಜಾಬ್, ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆಲ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಕೆರಿಯರ್. ಓಕೆ,
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಶಿನಿ.
Any questions you have to ask Srinivas? ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕೇಳೋದಿದೆಯಾ? Okay. So seems good, and thank you so much, Srinivas. Like
no problem, Sidhu, no problem.
Yeah, and he will be with us. Yeah.
And just one more thing, when Taha ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬಿಡಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಸ್ ಇದು ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ Taha ಏನೋ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಈಗ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವೇ ಏನೋ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಡಿ. Taha ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಡೌಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದೆನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. So main thing in data science is you should not assume. You work in real time ಡೇಟಾ ಜೊತೆ ನಾವು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಯಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಬೇಕು.
Yes. Thanks a lot. It's really helpful. And Srinivas ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ throughout the journey, and he is one of our top mentor. And ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ Nikhil will be supporting, and I am there, and leader, industry leader Taha is there. Like, thank you, Srinivas. Thank you so much. And yeah, so we'll over to Taha.
Sure. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shrini. Thanks. Shrini covered a very important topic. So don't consider it as a school class. Okay. We are all mature individuals. We can ask questions. Sometimes it is possible that I may not have answers immediately. Okay. So I will definitely come back and reply to you on this. Okay. We can have a conversation. You can disagree with me on something and say, no, sir, I think this is what my opinion about this data is. This is what I think about this process. Okay. This is how a data scientist thinks. There is no one good way of doing things. that it's a science, right? We call it. Why is it called science and not data English or data maths or no? So science encompasses everything. Science encompasses everything. So think like that. Okay. Why? That's why we, our initiative to is to make you understand in the local language in Kannada. I don't know Kannada, but we have Sidhu, we have Shalini, who will help you in this, because our aim is to make you think like a data scientist. And as human beings, it is very natural to think in our mother tongue. Okay, so that's why these guys will help you understand in the local, in the Kannada language. And but please make sure you work on the English language, because in the professional world, in in multinationals, or even if you start your own business, I will encourage you to start your own business. You agree or not agree, we need English as a conversational language. And these programs, be it Python or something else, they all have been designed as English language as the basis. Okay, so so that's why we need to have a good command over the language. And and one more important thing, if anyone has any doubt, please don't hesitate to ask. Please ask the questions, because if you don't ask the questions, then it will not help you, right? It is your money you are wasting. So please don't. It is like bringing crackers from outside, trying to make it burn, but the cracker did not burn. So what happened? You wasted your money. The crackers did not burn. You can't go and return that cracker to the person. So it's waste of the money. At least if the cracker would have burned, you would have enjoyed the sound, would have enjoyed the light, right? You are getting something from it, right? So that's how this course is all about. You have paid the money. If you don't ask questions, if you don't clear your doubt, we will cover the course. We will go. Okay, we will give you the certification. We will know. We try to do best to get information, to increase your understanding. We have very tough mock interviews. Okay, and we are very harsh on students who don't perform well, because we are not like like, okay, you have given the money, we will show you some slides, go tata bye bye, now it's your own thing. No, we try to help you out. We try to make you indulge in the program, but the effort has to come from you guys also. Okay, and that effort is asking questions, doing practice, sharing that information with everyone. This is what the beauty of a life is. You can share your knowledge, you can share your understanding, you can share your thoughts with everyone. It's a pretty good environment to be in, and this is how you learn. So I am in this industry for the past more than 2 decades, but there has not been a day where I don't aspire to learn something or other thing. I aspire to learn. It's not like that today, Saturday, Sunday, I will not do anything. I will just watch YouTube shorts. No. Even if I watch YouTube short, my thinking was, how does this got, how is this rendered? How they know that I want to see this kind of content in YouTube Shorts? How is this rendered so fast? Okay, what is the process behind this? Okay, if I'm seeing a Netflix movie, oh wow, I was I wanted to see this movie. How did Netflix know that I wanted to see this movie? Okay, what's the thought process? How is the data being processed? This is my thought process. I don't go and watch a movie for the sake of watching a movie. Yeah, I do that, but in what my inherent thought process is how things work. Okay, and this is what a data scientist should be. He should be inquisitive. How things work. What is this all about? How is this happening in such a fast scale? Okay, how much data that it has. How is it processing that data? Okay, this is where technology comes into picture. Technology help us, the data scientists, to do analysis, to create models, to work on things. Okay, just one thing. I'm just stopping and I will share the entire screen. Okay, can you see my chat GPT?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, what do you think it is? It is a large language model, the model that we are talking about here. Okay, machine learning model. This is a very large language model, very large language model which cannot be made in home. Okay, how much data do you think it has? So, I will give you one small example. I am working on a translator. Okay, and the short and translators date, it only has data related to translation from English to Kannada and from Kannada to English. Okay, just one word. Okay, one data set it has. Okay, and that data set has 600 million variables, features, factors, tokens. Okay, 600 million, and it is a very small data set of Kannada language. It does not have everything about Kannada language. It does not have all the lexicals of all the nuances of the Kannada and English language. But it's a very small data set, 600 million. Okay. So now think about the size of Chat GPT. What this has information about almost everything that you guys know around the world. Okay, so think how much a data scientist does to get this to create this model. It's the data scientists who have worked on these things. Okay, that naturally there were programmers, hardcore programmers who designed the model, but the data was prepared by data scientists, data was cleared by data scientists, data was cleaned by data scientists. Meaningful data was presented and given to these models by data scientists. Okay, ChatGPT is a very common example of a large language model. Okay, then one more thing. I will show you one. Can you see my Chrome?
Yes, sir.
Okay, look at it. This is another example of a language model. I will not say large language model. This is just a text language model. What it does, it has, this is the language model, this is the model name. Okay, these are the different languages that it supports. Okay, and you can write something in this and it will translate. Okay, How does this is all data. Okay, and then mathematics and statistics, which connects this data, which connects this information that we are putting in, then goes and search the relative words in the translated language and makes a sentence. Okay, this is how our brain also works. Okay, for example, if I say something in Hindi कि आप कैसे हो, okay, for our mind, people here understand Hindi, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so आप कैसे हो, okay, these are three tokens. आप कैसे हो. If I go and type it in a translator, let's take an example of very famous translator which you all use but never think. Let's see. Okay, so what it does, it took this word, it took this word, it just took this word. Okay, and then it went to its model and gave this word and told that I need to translate this in English. And then the model works on these data. These are called tokens by models, and then works on this data and then gets a related token and make the sentence. Okay, and do you think about this? He does it in not even a second. You can't even imagine the amount of data that it has. Okay, as I said, a very small model that I am working on has 600 million combinations. You can think of how much data that Google has. And all these things are example of data science. This is data science. Okay, this is data that has been analyzed, created by data scientists, trained by data scientists to this model. The model was created by programmers, but with the help of data scientists. Because programmers just know how to write coding. They don't understand what is this data all about, what to do with this data, how we should treat this data. This is all understood by the data scientist. And data scientists have an added advantage of being a programmer. Okay. Any questions?
Sir, what is the difference between data analysis and data science, sir?
Yes. Okay. Good question. So, what is the difference between data scientist and a data analyst? One key difference is data analyst does not do programming. Okay. He collects the data. Okay. He analyzes the data as the name suggests and comes up with a certain insight. Okay. This is where the data analyst stops. A data scientist moves ahead from this. He will collect the data. He will do the data cleaning. He will do the data aggregation, and then he will get the insights from the data. Then he will write program to do predictive analysis of data, what to do with data, how to do with data. Okay, this is what data scientist is, an advanced uh, version of data analysis. It has lot more roles and responsibilities than a data analyst. Data scientist also does programming. A data analyst may work on Excel, can work on graphs and all, but the real data wrangling, the real data insights, the real predictive analysis, prescriptive analysis, and all these things is done by a data scientist. Okay, is
Yes,
it
sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Good question. So what are the roles of a data style? Okay, data acquisition. So what do you understand by data acquisition? Suppose I come to Karunya. Karunya, I say, okay, Karunya, I want a new, I would say, okay, I want a new Tata Sky subscription. Okay, this is what I will ask the question from you. This is what my requirement is to get a new subscription. So, what will Karunya ask? What will be your questions, Karunya? If I come and say, ask you.
So I will collect your information like your name, address, contact number,
Mm-hmm.
and for how many months you want a subscription, and what
Mm-hmm.
are the plans you are in your mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir,
So,
first
what
we
is
will
this?
discuss
Yeah. Yeah.
what is your requirements is there.
Yeah. 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 So, what is this? This is it's called data acquisition. I have given you one requirement that I want a subscription of Tata Sky. This is one example. Then this is just one liner example. Okay. Then Karunya, with her expertise of that domain, with that expertise of that uh, uh, area, has asked me relevant questions, taken that information, acquired that information. That is called data acquisition. Okay. Then data wrangling. What is data wrangling? Data wrangling is basically working on the data, cleaning the data, standardizing the data. What happens in real world? Data will not be, you know, in a very good format. Data may contain lot of null values. Data may contain a lot of junk values because data data may be traveling from different network to to come to you. Okay, and there will be corruption in it. For example, let's take an example. The question that I asked to Karunya. Okay, suppose I asked the requirement I gave to Karunya. This was a direct requirement. Okay, but instead of Karunya, there, suppose before this information comes to Karunya, there are 5 people. Okay, I'm going to a shop which is selling Tata Sky subscription. Okay, I'm going to the someone is sitting there. I'm telling her, okay, I want a Tata Sky subscription. Okay. She takes that information. Okay, what do you want? What does you want? He writes something, and then he gives it to uh, someone else who is working on that data. So he will feed that data. Okay. He may do mistakes in that data. Okay. He will take that data. He will then give it to a representative in Tata Sky. Okay. He will take that. He will do something with that data. He will add some request ID or something or something or something. And then he will give it finally to Karunya. Okay. So now there are 4 people who has come. The original requirement that I have given to someone else, he has acquired the data. She has done certain inputs in that data. Come to third person, come to fourth, come to the fifth person. That will never be correct. Totally correct. Okay. Have you guys ever played Chinese whispers? So what happens in Chinese whispers is one person tells something to another person in his ears. Okay. The another person tells the same thing to a third person in his ear. So 10 or 20 people finally, 10 or 20 people hear that it is whispered in their ears, and finally the last person, it goes to the last person. The message will never be the same. It will have some differences, some discrepancies from the original message because it has exchanged hands or exchanged ears. Same thing happens when a data travels through different mediums. It could be people, it could be different technology from Excel to database, from a written paper to Excel, from Excel to a database, from database to an application. All these are different mediums. They may travel from different networks. Okay. A person sitting in US has said something from US. It goes to Europe. From Europe, it goes to Middle East. From Middle East, it comes finally to India, where the data processing center is. So the network, although nowadays are very robust, but there will be some inferences, some issues because the cable can go through from mountains to from sea to from satellite and all this. There will be network loss. Okay, there will be issues. Some junk that will come into data. Some values may not have any. Something may not have any value. So how do you standardize this? So this is also work of a data scientist. Okay. Any questions here? Data acquisition, data wrangling. You got the reason why we need data wrangling. What is data wrangling? Essentially, cleaning of data. There are various methods of cleaning of data. Okay. This is called data wrangling. Okay. And then machine learning. So what is machine learning? Machine learning is we clean the data and we give this data to a model, to a program that will work on that data, and whatever uh, task it has been given or it has time to do, it will do the task. It will do a predictive analysis or prescriptive analysis and do whatever uh, is needed. And then another is data visualization. Okay, data reports and data products. Okay, these are all done by data scientists. So what is data visualization? Data visualization, as the name suggests, it's the graph and different ways of visualizing image that is created by data scientists. The reports, different reports in an Excel report or a CSV report that is created with that data, with the clean data. And then what are data products? Okay, data products is what we, for example, let us take an example. Suppose you guys are, everyone watches IPL, right? So, if you will see, people are watching IPL, so that means they are interested in cricket. Okay, so so the people who are watching this, that information is collected. Okay, and then something like My 11 Circle. You everyone must have seen that advertisement. I think My 11 Circle is now one of the sponsors of IPL. So they will collect this information and they will then show you My 11 Circle content or advertisement on your YouTube browsing, on your browser, to generate your interest into their product, because that product is related to IPL or related to cricket, related or to a sport which you like. Okay, so My 11 Circle is the product which has been generated based on the interest that you have, and they will generate the income based on that. You guys understood, or you need some more example of this?
Sir,
Understood, sir.
once again, repeat that machine learning, about the machine learning, sir.
Okay, sure. There was another there was another doubt. What was saying? Pramod, or who was saying he has some doubt?
Sir,
Who was
and
that?
one more example for data product.
Sure. Machine learning data product. Okay. Okay. Fine. So let's take an example of machine learning. Uh, Suppose you have a data of languages. Okay. Let's take an example of a very good model. This is the model. This is the model, right? This is the data model. This is actually a data model. Okay. So how do you think this data comes into it? This data is collected or acquired by the data scientists from different sources. Okay. So how is the source? For example, a person will be asked a question in a certain language. Okay. And then he will be expected to translate it. An expert, for example, I am an expert of English. Okay, and I know Kannada also. So I will be asked questions. Okay, different questions, different set of questions in Kannada, and and they will see my translation in English, and then they will ask the same question in English and see my translated text in Kannada. So they collect this data. Okay, different sources, because for language the source is humans only. Okay, so they will collect information from different books. Okay, different sources from the web, different human voice samples. Okay, there may Google has gone to lakhs of people who are experts of these languages. They have spoken to them, they have collected that data, and they have fed this data into the model. Okay, the model is designed to work and process its data. Okay, and translate the information based on the data that we provide. It trains itself. The training is also part of a data scientist job. Okay, generally a data scientist trains also the model. Okay, it will we'll provide it, we'll provide the data. We have different applications that will help in training the model. Then a data scientist, a set of data scientists will sit, they will see the accuracy of the result, and will tell the, okay, this is not correct, this is correct. No, and this is how a language model is created. So finally what we see here, Google Translate, this is also one of the models. This is not a, a very sophisticated model, but this is a model. Why it is not a very sophisticated model? Because this is doing only one thing. It is not like uh, Chat GPT. Okay, Chat GPT is a sophisticated model because it does lot of other things, different tasks. This model is just to perform a certain task. Okay, these are all models. Chat GPT is also a model. A Google Translator is also a model. Okay, then we have if you go to Amazon or Netflix, we will see they will let's try that. So these all these content that it is showing here, they are all recommendation engines. Okay, based on what I have seen in future. Okay, this may not be same for you. Okay, this will be based on my search, my understanding, and my browsing history. Okay, for example, if I go here, my list, movies. This is a recommendation model based on what I have seen in the past. Okay, this is also a kind of a model. Okay, so all these things is done by data. All the data is crunched, cleaned, and analyzed by the data scientist, and the model is trained by the data scientist. Okay, understood about model? Any? Am I able to answer that question? Is it clear? What is data? What is model?
Yes,
A
sir.
model, yeah. So basically, a model is an is a program that is designed to do either a specific task or a set of tasks. Okay, with the help of the data that have been fed to that model. Okay, it's kind of a human. For example, a human. We are also models. We have been we work or think on the base of the data that has been fed to us. For example, two brothers from the same parent, they don't think in the same way because of that data that has been fed to them. Because the data is a situation. One person will be working in IT, one person will be working in probably a manufacturing industry or entertainment industry. His way of thinking will be different, and the IT person way of thinking will be different. Okay, this is based on the data that has been fed to it. So we are all models. We work on the data that has been fed to us. Same concept is used here. Okay, so that's the example of a data model. Okay, yeah. Now coming back to data products. So data products are a result of data, uh, you know, the result of interest that a particular person has, and a company may sell you that product because, or may show you the advertisement of that product because it thinks it has the high chance of you purchasing that product. For example, if you must have seen, for example, if you have purchased a refrigerator, okay, this is one data that you have purchased a refrigerator. So you may get, after some time, you may get certain advertisements of a voltage stabilizer. Okay, because this data has been fed by a data scientist to the data model, and the data model has predicted that okay, since he has bought an air conditioner or a refrigerator, she may be interested to buy a stabilizer because in general it is needed. So this is a product based on the data that has been told to you. Same as an example of my lemon circle. If you watch IPL very much, okay, so on your YouTube, on your TV or wherever, okay, so you are browsing based on either a mobile number or an email, okay, then on based on that mobile number or email, you will browse YouTube, or you will browse Flipkart. So what it will do, okay, this is the same person who was watching IPL. That means he is interested in sports. So you may get a recommendation based on that. So if you go to Amazon e-commerce website with the same login with which you have seen IPL, you may get recommendation of IPL franchise, IPL products like T-shirts or bat or caps or something. If you are and suppose the data is like you are watching only CSK matches. So it may predict, okay, you are either you are a fan of MS Dhoni. So they may tailor advertisement based on products that has MS Dhoni as the brand ambassador. Okay, so this is what the data product is. You guys are clear? Any doubts? Have I answered the question?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? I can repeat.
No doubt, sir.
Great. So what are the skills of a data scientist? Ask the right questions, because if you don't ask the right questions, you will not be able to get the data. So when I went to Karunya and to gave her my requirement, she asked me set of questions. Okay, so those questions should be right, because with that information, the data will be processed. The data will be used to analyze, they prescribe. Okay, so we need to understand we need to ask the right question. We need to understand the data structure. Okay, what do you understand? What do you mean by data structure? That means what are the components of data? How is data made? What are the important aspects of data? So all these data structures are important. Okay, guys, 1 second. Sorry, guys, my kids barged into my room and they were yelling. Sorry. So yeah, where was it? What is data structure? So we need to understand the components of data, the key uh, data features that make the data. What is important? There are a lot of things that is of that is there, but is of no importance. For example, there could be a data as I went to Karunya, uh, so I will ask. She will ask me some question based on my requirements. So suppose I met her in person for my information. She fed that information. Suppose that information also had my weight and my height information that has to be fed into that questionnaire. Okay, that information is of no use to Karunya. Okay, so she needs to understand. Okay, for this purpose, the height and weight of the person is of no use. Okay, but then this data from Karunya, it will go to some ABC who probably is a gym instructor. For him, the information that I am watching Netflix is of no use, but the information of my height and weight is important to him. Okay, so data is same, but what aspect of data is needed for the purpose for which you are working on that data is the task of data scientists to understand that. Okay, this all comes in the requirement gathering, okay, and data wrangling, and then interpret and wrangle data means you need to understand the data, and wrangle means you need to do data cleaning, data aggregation, and all the other things. Okay, we will learn about wrangling and all. When we will do it practically, you will understand. Okay, then we need to apply statistical and mathematical methods, yeah, because we need to do predictions, prescriptions, and all those things. For that, we need to apply mathematical and statistical methods. You don't have to learn these things. They are all done automatically by the different libraries that have been provided by Python. But you should know the basic task of what is done. Okay. For example, suppose I want how the class performed. Okay, how the class performed in general in mathematics. Uh, Karunya, how do you think you will understand? Suppose there is an examination that happened and the results were out. Okay, now I want to understand how the class in general performed in mathematics. So, what is one of the methods you think I can use to understand this? Anyone, Karunya, Shruti, Prabhat, anyone who can tell me this? How do you think you will get the information on the general performance of a class in mathematics?
Yes, by applying statistical method.
Example, which statistical method?
Marks.
The pie chart or percentage.
Okay, that's visualization. I'm trying to understand which statistical method. In very common statistical method that is used.
Maybe mean median, sir.
Mean, aggregation, right? We do aggregation to get a general idea of how the performance is. Okay, this is a mathematical method. We all use it, very common. Okay, at the back of mind. But these are very strong statistical and mathematical methods, and this is what is used for data wrangling and data cleaning. Okay, so this is also a job of data scientists to do that, and then work as a team player. When we say work as a team player, there will never be one data scientist who will be working, or because and there will never be only data scientists that will be working. There will be data scientists, there will be a product manager who will tell you what is the requirement is. There will be an expert, a programmer who will actually create the model. Okay, then there will be other person, a business related person who has nothing to do what how you are doing it, but he is more interested in the end product, what he needs, what he wants, because he will be the one who will be giving you the money. Okay, but they are all team. We need to work as a team. Then only we'll be able to perform a better job. Okay, what are the sources of data? Okay, so okay, here we have a new term called big data. What is big data? Big data is basically huge data of, for example, the tweets that we are doing on Facebook. So many people are tweeting on Facebook. The data is there. Okay, that's big data. So many people are watching movies. That information is stored somewhere. That is big data. The analysis of that data. Okay, I may watch. I may have watched Batman, and then I may have watched Bahubali. Okay, two different uh, languages movies to kind of a similar genre because they are both are fictional, but on a different set of fictional movies. Okay, okay. Another person may see Batman, and then he went and saw Drishyam. Okay, so the common factor is Batman, but the other movies are in all the three things are different. So how do you aggregate it? How do you give them recommendation engine? Okay, these are all big data processing because there's a lot of analysis involved. So what are some sources of big data? Sensors, fingerprint sensor, fingerprint scanners. Like for Aadhaar, we give fingerprint scanner. For passport, we give fingerprint scanners. Okay, you think it's just an image that goes? Nah, it's a very complicated thing to analyze the fingerprint. Okay, that's data. Social network, we all know. WhatsApp, text. Okay, location based information where Google Maps. Everyone has used Google Maps. Images. With images we can get lot of information. For example, we can give an image to Chat GPT, and ask him, what do you think of this image? And he will analyze this image and may give a predictive analysis of what is happening in that image. Okay. Or we can, there are certain models in which we can give an image and tell him to write an essay on that image, or we can write an essay and tell him to create a image of what I have told. For example, let's take let me give you an example. Here I am giving it a data. Here I am giving it a some information to chat a model, and then I'm telling him to create an image. Okay, so it processes this, and then it is now started creating an image. You see, look how much time it has taken to create it, because it is very difficult. Uh, it's a time consuming and a lot of. I have just given it one hypothetical situation. Now it is going into the data that it has acquired, and it is trying with this information. It is going into its database, getting, okay, how does a railway station look? How does a person standing on a railway platform look? How does you know how will a person drink a Pepsi? All these situation, it is going and getting the information from its large data set, which has been fed by a data scientist to this model. Okay, this is taking a lot of time because I think I have given a very generalized model. Okay, let us give it a time. It will probably create in certain time. But you guys understood the concept, right? Image, a video, same thing. Video is also set of information that has been given to you, that has been fed by the data scientist, and you can create a video based on that. For example, information is, I want uh, I want I want a mythological serial. I want to see a mythological serial. Okay. So this is one information. So a video, the people, the advertising engine or engine will give you a set of videos which is pertaining to a mythological serial like Mahabharata or Ramayana or some other serial. Okay, based on your interest. Okay, or the video can be a source of information and a model. For example, in journalism, a person a person can send you a video image, okay, of a certain things happening. Okay, and then there is a model which will see that image and will create a report that will be read by a news journalist on a daily 9 p.m. show. Okay, based on the video that has been sent to that model, it will generate a report that will be read by the reporter. So you must have seen there is there are very common errors that happen in this, because people don't people trust a model blindly, and they don't use intellect to correct the data. But yes, video is also one of the sources of generating data. Then audio, yeah, what based on a person, suppose an audio clip is shown to a person, and then this is the data, and it will process that data, and it will give an insight of that data. Okay. Then server or network logs. Okay, network logs like data logs, and logs from different sources, because these logs are very important. For example, I am running a production server. Okay, that production server may uh, may get suddenly falls down, or suddenly the production server went down. How will we understand what happened to that production server? Okay, so this is done by analyzing the data. The, the model can analyze the data, the model can do predictions on that data, and then based on the data that the model has given to, based on the data that the model has got from the logs, or the server logs, or the network logs, we can uh, take predictive or corrective methods to, to not so that the incident is not repeated again. For example, if a production server went down because of lack of resources on uh, uh, on a Diwali day. On Diwali day, people are going to Amazon e-commerce website, or for example, and I think Ugadi, or some, there's a day in which people buy a lot of gold. Okay, in that day, a website which is selling gold may go down, because people are, or 5 days before that, or 4 days after that, or on that day, people go on a gold e-commerce website and try to buy gold. So there's a lot of traffic there, and the production website went down. What will happen? There will be loss of data. There will be loss of customers, loss of money. Okay. So how will they prevent this uh, uh, prevent this incident in future? Okay. Or how will they uh, do analysis that this should not happen to their website? Suppose website A went down, so the website B will have the data that, okay, on these days there was a lot of resources that were taken or consumed by the application, because there was a lot of traffic. Okay, and so we need to be prepared on these days. We need to increase the resources. So this is the outcome of the data that has been provided to the model. So these are different sources: sensors, social media, text data, location data, image data, video data, audio, and server logs or network logs. Any questions?
No, sir.
All clear or nothing clear?
All clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because absolute silence it happens only at two cases: when everything is clear or nothing is clear. Okay. So I want to be in the first situation rather than in the second situation. Okay. So what are the three V's of big data? We know what big data is. So what are three V's? V is volume. That is the amount of data. Okay. The velocity. That means large amount of data being processed continuously. Data stream. For example, Netflix. Netflix is continuous stream of data happening happening lightning speed. Okay, or stock market ticker. Okay, continuous speed of data that is coming, every large volume of data, so many funds, so many analysis. It is coming to your laptop or your mobile or your TV. Okay, then variety, different types of data. Okay, volume, velocity, and variety, different types of data, different types of stocks, different types of information regarding on an e-commerce website on different products. All has been all being fed to you, you know. In a proper way without having any issues. So this is what big data is all about: volume, velocity, and variety. Okay, you understood the three V's of big data?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. What are the applications of data science? We have already discussed that applications in certain way. So these are the social network platforms, the search engines, the healthcare, the finance, the public sector. These are different, uh, you know, services, different avenues which use data science to for different purposes, for digital services, for data products, for building information driven application. What is for example, what is information driven application? uh, an edtech company which is based on, uh, for example, a person has searched, a person is viewing lot of videos on YouTube on Python. Okay, that information may be subscribed by a edtech company, and that edtech company may connect with you and say, okay, it seems you are interested in Python, so they will show you their advertisement. Okay, we teach Python. Okay, we teach Power BI. Okay, so this is information based application, digital application. So you must have seen this on YouTube or on Instagram altogether. Okay, these are all product of data science. Okay, they are all data products, and they are all different services are also given to you based on data. Okay, using data. So these are different ways where we can use data science in social networking, for profiling groups, for location analysis, for connections, for different posts, different likes. All these are data are fed to uh, a data science model, and they can be used by different people who want this information. How it is used in search engines. What you search shows your interest. This interest goes to different subscriber of the data, stakeholders of the data, and they can use it to show their products. Okay, so for example, if you have searched for television, you will see the television advertisements on your Android phone, or on your laptop or something. Okay, in healthcare, so with biometric data science, we use these smartwatches. They collect data of your pulse rate, of your heart rate, and that information can be given to someone else. Okay, in finance. Okay, for loan application, they will see your spends on credit card. They will see your loan activity, uh, uh, and different uh, other aspects, and they may come up with a product that is tailor made for you, a credit card or a loan that is tailor made for you. Okay, in public sector, for example, for government collects data for different purposes, to understand in in some area what is needed. Different areas we have different needs, so it comes up with schemes based on those needs. And you know it tailor makes uh, different data government scheme based on different regions. So it is used by governments to for their own purpose. Okay, what are the challenges? Main challenge is the data quality. Okay, the how different, because data will be coming from different sources. Same information will be coming from different sources. How we will integrate the data, okay, and then how this data will be stored, how we will process this data, and then how will this data will be given to other areas where this data is needed, and all these are the real challenges. Okay, and there are different ways from which data comes, from a web application, from a CSV file, from a database, from a NoSQL database, and all those things. So the challenge is to store the data in different places. What some may be storing it in a NoSQL database, some may be storing in an Excel file, some may be storing it in a relational database. So these are all challenges, and then we need to collate that data. Different sources have some different ways of storing that data. We need to collect that data, standardize it, and use it. Okay. Now comes Python. All How will we solve this problem? Here comes Python. Python. What is Python? Python is a programming language. So, what is programming language? Programming language is a language, or in simple terms, that is used to communicate with the computer. Okay, the computer does not understand our English. Okay, the computer understands something on a in a specific way, in a specific syntax, in a specific grammar. So this is where these high level languages comes into picture, which are similar to English language. There is a syntax, there is a semantics, there is a grammar. So the language, like the human language, Python also has syntax, grammar, and uh, we need to follow that to um, get our things work. So these are what is pandas, numpy, scipy, matplotlib. These are all different libraries for different tasks which are provided by Python. Okay, pandas is for data analysis, numpy is for scientific computing, more importantly numerical computing. SciPy is a library for mathematics, science and engineering, specifically for this purpose. Matplotlib or Seaborn is for graphical visualization. We have machine learning libraries also. That is used to train the model and do things. These are specifically libraries for that. You don't have to specifically do things. You need to know how to do things. Okay, why Python is so famous? Because it is very easy to learn. It is open source. It is free. Okay, it is very efficient. It has various different libraries, as we discussed, pandas, NumPy. They are different libraries. It has a big community support. There's good support of Python everywhere. It is easy to learn. Okay, what are different platforms and frameworks for Python? Okay. Uh, these are different. We have big data processing frameworks like Hadoop, Spark, Flink. These are big frameworks, or frameworks in the sense these are environments that provide you predefined classes and libraries to do large data processing. Okay, and Python can be used in these frameworks. Okay, these are same with enterprise big data platforms. Enterprise big data platform comes with ability to process big data information and have certain more secure uh, security, because enterprises need security. Okay, when I say security, it is not security guard. Okay, we will discuss about security. It is basically there are programs inside it which will prevent wrong information or wrong data or malicious data to be taken from this enterprise data applications or platform. Okay, so can somebody tell me what do you understand by a data scientist?
It's the collection of
Okay,
data We have to extract the
Okay.
information. Whatever we have collect the data, we have to extract the information. For meaningful information, we need
Okay.
to
Great.
perform
Great.
some particular
Okay.
particular task by using these tools
Okay.
and
Okay. Great. 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 Can you give me the answer of this question? Out of these four, which is the answer? Any ideas? A, B, C, or D? Which is the right answer? B and C. Build the query volume, tag the location to a query. So what does autocomplete does? Okay. Based on what we are typing, it is searching the data and filtering out the data and bringing the relevant keywords based on your typing. Okay. That's how the autocomplete works. Okay. When we say I want and I type WE, then it will think, okay, WE probably he needs weather. So it will, the autocomplete will give you a suggestion that do you want weather. That's how it works. And then it will base, if you don't give any information that I want weather of where, it will automatically think, okay, you the current location where you are staying. Okay, this is all data science. Okay. So what are the key takeaways? What we have discussed? We have discussed what data science is, what data scientist does, what are the different applications of data science. Okay, what is the importance of data science and where Python fits in all these things. Okay, yeah. Any questions, guys? This is I think I have covered everything for this session. If you have any questions, I would say we will start with installation and everything from next week. Okay. And in next week, I will discuss what are the key things that we will require for our data science program. What key things you will require on your laptop. We'll discuss that. We'll discuss the installation and you guys have to do that and we'll proceed step by step further. Okay, any questions, guys?
Sir, what is the difference between high level and machine level, low level language?
High level language is language like Python, okay, which is more closer to English, the human
Okay.
language. Okay, low level language is the machine language, which is the high level language is converted to that language, and then which is understood by the compiler. The compiler is the main brain of your process of your language. Okay, the interpreter or the compiler, whatever we want to say. So it basically converts your English language syntax to a language that is understood by the application, that is understood by the programming language brain, and then that low level language or the machine language is converted into byte code because the processor only understands zeros and ones, binary language. Processor does not understand the machine code or the English or the Python language. It understands only zeros and ones. So the interpreter breaks down your Python language into some a low-level language, which are basically tokens, a set of tokens, Okay, then those tokens are then converted into bytes, binary language, zeros and ones that is understood by the processor. Because ultimately the processor is the one which does the task. Okay, it is your brain. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any other questions, guys? So please do some research. Please, the the slide will be shared by Sidhu, and you just can go to this slide, understand a little bit about it, do your own research on it, and then we'll meet next week again, same time. Although I told that we will have some break, but yeah, I just continued without a break. So sorry, we will make sure from next time we'll have some break.